dear friend Richard Aadland. There's a full made cape and a crown to wear, thanks to a grant from our dear friend Richard Aadland. And he loves to appear on stage here, and backstage he's always there. So tonight we say, hip hip hooray! Thank God for our friend Richard Aadland.
I feel like Dwight Martin, therefore I feel obligated to say that tonight's performance is brought to you Richard Aadland's Trust. And I ask you please to turn off your cell phones, your computers, your watches, your pacemakers. I first met Richard Aadland about 10 years ago, and he was talking about all these wonderful trips and cruises that he took. And I said to him, I'm really a lousy traveler. When I go someplace by myself, I say, well, I should do this, I should do this, how the hell did I go to the bar? And right away, Richard said, why don't you join me sometime? And within 2 months, he called me with this fantastic cruise from Rome to Bangkok. 31 days for $2,900. Now remember, this was 10 years ago, and oil had just hit $50 a barrel. Anyway, since then, almost every year, we've been boozing and laughing our way through a river cruise and an ocean cruise almost every year. So tonight, Richard asked me to pitch in and help him tell you a little something about himself. I said, Richard, what is it? He said, well, a lot of people know me, but they don't know about me. So why don't you tell them something about me? And I said, well, give me an idea what you want to say. So he did. Alright, so how do we start this? Like Sophia Petrillo on Golden Girls, picture it. The year is 1932. It's a beautiful spring day, small town of Pierpont, South Dakota. A dashing young man named Orville comes home and gives the love of his life, Gertrude, a very special birthday present. We now move forward to January 1933. When that present is finally opened, and out pops Richard Orville Aadland. Richard told me he grew up on the family farm, and like all young kids on a farm, he was surrounded by the usual farm animals. There were chickens, there were pigs, there were cows. And I think maybe that's where Richard started to hone his stage talents. As he started to dance around the chicken doo-doo, call out, "Sweet pig, sweet pig!" And while he was pulling on those cows' teats, he learned how to milk for laughs. Anyway, In grade school and high school, he worked in plays, operettas, and finally, he was cast in the senior year to star as the lead in the play. But alas, it never came about. The play was canceled because everybody got sick, except Richard Aadland. It was about this time that his father started taking him to Minneapolis to see live theater. And Richard remembers the first play that he saw was Mae West in Come Up and See Me Sometime. Wow. His father took him backstage and introduced him to Miss West as a young farm boy from South Dakota. And Richard right away blurted out, "Oh, Miss West, I'm so excited to meet you." And Mae looked him up and down and said, "I can see you are." Or is that a rutabaga in your pocket? Anyway, after high school, Richard took off for college. He went to the University of Wisconsin, where after the first semester, he called his father up and said, "Dad, come get me. The city life is too much for a little old farm boy like me." So he went back doing his musical chores on the farm for a couple of years. And then he joined the Army, got into the Signal Corps, and was sent to Japan. That's when he started his love for things Japanese. I have to tell you now a Japanese story. On one of the cruises that we were on, we were seated for dinner in the dining room with an elderly Japanese couple. And one night, out of nowhere, the old Japanese guy said, "I can't pee." And Richard looked at him and said, "How old are you?" He said, 91. And Richard said, "Well, you've peed enough." It's that dry Aadland wit. Anyway, after his Army life, he returned home and completed 4 years of college in 3 years. We all know what a smartass he is. At Northern State College in South Dakota. After that, he did a couple of years teaching music, business, but always in the back of his brain was that gnawing thing that wanted him to perform. So he decided to go to the Pasadena Playhouse with the idea of becoming a TV personality. But he told me the first day he got there, he looked in the mirror and said, "What the hell are you doing? You don't have the talent, you don't have the motivation. Get the hell out of here." So he left. Personally, I think he made a major mistake. Because I mean, look at that face. He could have cleaned up in Hollywood as one of those stock character actors. Anyway, it was about this time that he applied for a grant and got one of the first grants for East-West Center. And that's how he came to Hawaii in 1961. Since he's been here, he's taught at Yale Business School, St. Louis High School, and finally, Leeward Community College, where he had the opportunity to star in Mac and Mabel. But two very important things happened to Richard since coming to Hawaii. One was sharing his life with Stuart Fukushige for 29 years before he lost him to cancer. And the other is that lifelong desire to appear on the stage. Because while he was at Leeward Community College, it was Kathleen Cabral and John Rampage who talked him into being into Mac and Mabel. And we haven't been able to get him off the stage since. We've all seen him in Gypsy, in Cabaret, in Sound of Music, in La Cage aux Folles, in Maratza, in Urinetown, in Comic Potential, in The Night of January 31st, and on. Anyway, among all of those things, beside all of those things, I should say, he also has worked numerous productions backstage. Plus, I don't know how many of you know this, he actually chalked up 25 years with Ballet Hawaii Theater. First as a butler, then as grandpa in the Nutcracker. And it was during that time, well, let's say it was after that time, that he met several people that you will see tonight. In addition, or because of all of this, I should say, he received the Pierre Bowman Award in 2003 for his invaluable contribution to the local theater scene. And now, I want to tell you one more story. Because if you happen to go to the Diamond Head costume shop on any Wednesday morning, you will find Richard behind the ironing board pressing pleats. And just recently, well, a couple of months ago, he said to me, you know, I think maybe it's time I should check out some of these retirement homes. Not that I'm ready to go into one, but I should see what it's all about. When the time comes, I'll be prepared. So, he asked me to join him, and we went checking out some of these places. And we were up at that one up there in Hawaii Kai. You know that one in Hawaii Kai? We had a lovely lunch, and afterwards we were sitting out in the back, looking at this huge, expansive lawn with beautiful flowers. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, came this little old lady who streaked in front of us absolutely naked. And I said, Richard, did you see that? He said, yeah. I said, what was she wearing? And he said, I don't know, but whatever it was, it needs to be pressed. It's now your turn. Ladies, would you escort Richard on stage, please? After you do your thing.
Oh. He's not going to
As the king of the evening, we felt you should be clad as such.
Press this.
And no king should be without his throne. So Richard, here is a throne of your own.
Okay, Bob. Just got canceled.
Richard Aadland, we are going to toast you. And this is your little keepsake memento of the toast. You don't need to open it now. I'm going to open the bottle first. Yes, good idea. That's what I'm going to do.
I didn't have to, so it's a clue.
Okay, now Richard, don't kick the bucket.
I took my pills.
Richard Aadland tonight. Richard is rare.
Richard is involved.
Richard is charitable.
Richard is a humanitarian.
Richard is affable.
Richard is ridiculously happy.
Especially now. And Richard is debonair.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is adorable.
He is accountable.
He is dependable.
He is lovable.
He's amusing.
He's noble.
And
he's delightful. Okay, we're done.
We've all had our cake and eaten it too. Richard, here's a special birthday cake for you.
I hope there's a big boy inside. Girls.
And to commemorate those 25 years as playing Grandpa for the Hawaii Ballet Theater, Dennis and Charles King have sent you a very special Christmas present tonight. It was at this time that we intended to have everybody open the floor to everybody to throw your brickbats or bouquets, whatever you want. But tonight we only had one person sign up. So, Jeff.
I don't remember signing up.
I didn't do it.
I'm looking at these two set pieces and I'm thinking, imagine what they'd look like without Richard's money. Well, I've been asked to speak on behalf of our theater, and I thought I'd spend the first 30 seconds talking on behalf of all theater in Hawaii. Richard has been a tremendous supporter of the theatrical arts. We here have been more than blessed by Richard's participation. We like to call Little Theater a family. You may hear that a lot. And people throw that word around, but I do think we are a family here, and Richard has become, in so many ways, so important to our family in every way possible. As an actor, behind the scenes, in show after show, economically, as a financial supporter, and as someone who has the responsibility with a few others of trying to raise money. That's why I really love Richard.
I thought it was my beauty.
No.
I love your beauty.
It's far more than that. It's, you know, whatever Richard gives to us, we can't repay. All we can do is hope that we can give you things that will make you want to continue to come up here and work with us on and off the stage. And I know other theaters are blessed also to have your dedication and devotion. And I do hope on your 100th birthday you'll give us a chance to honor you again. I always hesitate to speak before theater people because they can sing, they can dance, and they're funny. All I can do is thank you on behalf of the entire theater community, and in particular, our family, for being part of it, Richard.
When we were putting this all together, and we didn't have anybody really volunteering.
Wait a minute! I just did it.
Oh, no, that's what I started to say. We thought, oh well, when the time comes, people will spontaneously jump up and want to say something. So this is your moment to be spontaneous. Is there anybody who would wish to say something to Richard?
Oh. Yeah, I'll say something.
Good.
Oh, good.
Mr. Aadland, I think it's important to see somebody, a good, solid man in the theater for us to look up to, and someone who can speak common sense, and someone who I aspire to be around. It's valuable. What you do is very valuable here. Thank you.
Now that we've broken the ice, is there anybody else? Yes, good.
Hi, Richard. I haven't been around the theater community very long, but in the brief time that I've gotten to know you backstage, I just wanted to say thank you for checking my fly every night. I know. And it's an invaluable service as much as anything you do. There's a legitimate reason. Thank you.
To go along with the family theme, it really is
is quite bad. I remember I got cast in Honk, and I was really, really thrilled, and I had just seen Spring Awakening, and I knew that Gerald was going to be my son, and I did not know him at all. And I remember coming down to the theater. I came to see the show again so I could meet Gerald, and Richard saw me and he came running out. He goes, I need to introduce you to your son. And it was such a sweet moment thinking about how integral you are in everything that we do here at Manoa especially. And when you said that, it seemed just so appropriate for you to be the one to introduce me to my son in the next show. And I was so touched by the fact that it was so important to you that this was important to me, and I really thank you for that.
Okay.
Richard, I have no idea how we met. But I just remember you have always been a good friend to me, and you've always been very humble. I knew you before I knew your name. I always heard your name, and I always knew you, but I never put the two together. But I always appreciated your spirit and your smile, and you always made me feel good every time I saw you. And I appreciate you very much. Thank you for everything you do.
Woo! Okay. Anybody else? No?
My name's Tim. The theater environment I like to help, and usually I like to be behind in the office or somewhere. The theater community is a very tight group, and I'm not really part of it. But Richard has always welcomed me, greeted me, and was always sincere with me being around and helping out with the show. So I really appreciate you welcoming me to this theater, into your life.
Trying to get him to shut my fly for years.
Like when we go on that trip to Alaska.
Oh yeah. Jeff said it perfectly, but I'll add. Richard, you're such a terrific friend of theater in Hawaii. And of the many, many things I can list out that you've done specifically for Manoa Valley Theater, I think tonight what we really excuse me, celebrate is the contribution that you've made financially, spiritually, with your energy, with your talent, to the whole community here. Because we all work together. Whether it's a play here, or a play at Diamond Head, or Leeward, or wherever, we're one community. And I can't think of very many people who embrace and embody that the way that Richard Aadland does. He's a terrific friend of theater in Hawaii, and I really appreciate and respect that. And one of these days, I swear to God, I will walk out on stage with my flag.
Okay.
So Richard, apparently we've known each other for 46 years, which is really amazing. I didn't know, but you know, Richard remembers everything. So, I just graduated from college and I did my first and only musical, and Richard was in it, and I remember so clearly because I didn't know anybody, and he made me feel so comfortable on stage. You know, you all think that we're all comfortable on stage, but actually, it's not true. Even though we've been on stage a lot. And from that very moment, you know, Richard has been part of my life and my family, because my mother was his Japanese teacher at the university. So somehow we were just linked at the very beginning there. And then he, I don't know how you got to do Nutcracker, Richard. I have no memory of this.
I do all talk to you after that.
You'll have to remind me. But, you know, it's, I don't know, was it 25 years, really? I just can't.
21 times in 25 years.
That's a very long time. It's a very long time to know such a wonderful man. And to think that you are part of our family that way. You know, everybody says Manoa Valley Theater family. There's a Nutcracker family too. And we see each other. And even when Richard's not there because he's traveling the world, he's still with us, you know, because Lynn and Naomi talk about you all the time, just in case you didn't know that. So this is very heartfelt. It's an opportunity for me to thank you for years and years and years and years of friendship and working together with an amazing colleague. Oh, and he makes really good noodles, everybody. He's such a good cook. Yeah. Oh, that's right. See, we all know this favorite. That we love that you cook, Richard. Thank you so much.
Richard, congratulations on making it this far. And as you reach your golden years, you know, when there aren't any shows for you to do, and you get tired of pressing pleats, and get that urge to perform, just remember, you have open door, carte blanche to come up to our place, right a mile up the road, and sing and dance for our 18 chickens.
Is there anyone else? Okay, a lot of people tonight have talked about Richard's generosity, and I would like to share with you an experience I had of that. The first cruise that I took with Richard, I did not have a tuxedo for the formal evening. I just had a black suit, which I was saving for funerals when I go to the mainland. After we came back from that trip, for Christmas, Richard gave me a tuxedo. It was only a couple of months later I found out it came from the costume shop at Diamond. We give the floor over now to Richard to say what he would like to say.
Oh, what can I say? Applaud for you guys. Applaud for you guys. Thank you so much. It's wonderful people like you and family and friends that have made these 80 years so special, so happy, so meaningful, so blessed. It's just unbelievable. Thank you very much. And thank you, special thanks to Manoa Valley Theater people for hosting this, for Dwight being our host and sending out all the invitations that a lot of people didn't get. To Bree for coordinating all this stuff and making all of this happen. To Sarah and Liza, wherever they are, for the great food and the great drinks, and I understand there's more drinks after this. To Rob and Eric and Jason somewhere for making the sound work. I hope it still works, Jason. There's nothing more scary than getting an earphone message. The sound has gone off on so-and-so speaker, would you run it? I said, what? I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway. Thank you guys. And to, let's see, who's next? Oh, to Kala'au, the posters outside, fantastic. And I get to keep them. And I guess it was Kevin, who can't be here tonight. He's in the show, the bloody murder thing, and he's nursing something. Like for these things. Right? Kevin did all these, yeah. Amazing. This one wasn't supposed to happen. You know, once upon a time, this event was called cross-dressing for fun and profit. Now you see why that didn't happen. I'm ad-libbing and that's not good. Oh, Eric, front office Eric is taping this. And I hope he just gives it to me and doesn't... So thank you, Eric. And then next is Kala'au, which I did, and Kevin. And then thanks to these wonderful entertainers, Judy, thank you, and Lisa, thank you, and Jared. I mean, that was more Marilyn Monroe than Marilyn. That was good. Yeah, well, he didn't have those things. I was getting a message, and this is true, from up above about, hey, that's more better than the one she did for me. Anyway, thank you, Jared. I'm off track again. Oh, Sue, you did wonderfully, so beautifully with Don's written word. Don, you did the song that was He didn't write the music, though. Okay, and then I need to thank Karen Wolf. Because Karen has been, I didn't want to use this word, but what the heck, we're among friends, nagging me to have this damn party. I mean, years ago we started out with cross-dressing for fun and profit, and Alvin Shiraishi. I'm so sorry, Alvin. Alvin has been looking forward to dressing up in women's clothes for years. And maybe when we hit 100, Alvin. Anyway, thank you, Karen, for, pushing and encouraging and making this happen. Thank you very much. I am getting confused. I need another drop of wine. I need my glasses, actually. Anyway. I think that's everybody?
Yes.
Okay. And thank you all. I mean, this is unbelievable. Thank you very, very much. And thank you for supporting Manoa Valley Theater. It's because of viewers like you that... If you haven't seen Bloody Murder, come and see it. We're playing until the whenever. And then, sincerely, thank you all so much. This is unbelievable. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being my friend, my family. And Don Poems, you're a dear friend, good friend. Thank you so much.
How would that pick up my bar bill in the next room?
Okay. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Refills his glass, we have one last piece of business, and that is, as you signed in tonight, we put your name in this lovely bucket, and I'm going to pull out 3 names, and when I call your name, would you please come down front to your feet?
You'll never go see this without your glasses, come on.
Oh, he left early. Let's see. Wait a minute.
Are we going on the cruise?
Wait a minute.
I have to say one more thing. which I think is the funniest thing. Don Holmes told you things about me tonight that I didn't even know.
Okay, this is two people, so you can choose who's going to come. Emmett and Judy Yoshioka. Stand up down here, okay? And let's see. Brenda Chi. And Alvin and Sandy Studiana. Alvin? Okay, come on now. You three lucky people are going home with Richard Aadland tonight. And as Porky Pig would say,